hip-hop alone is the definition of mashups. You have producers like DJ Premier, Pete Rock, that mash together and it fits perfectly. You have producers like the Bomb Squad who made miracles out of just making you uncomfortable, making your ear uncomfortable by clashing their notes together.
I think in food, I lean a little more towards disharmony. I think first and foremost, I want the dish to be delicious, but I also like to have one element on the plate that kind of makes you like scratch your head a little bit and go like, I kind of can't picture how that's gonna work. So tonight I'm gonna be making a dish of yellowfin tuna that we cure with salt, sugar, some avocado leaf, and lemon zest, and then pound it out really thin. We make a little tonnato sauce with all the trim. It's kind of like a play on a Japanese and an Italian kind of mashup. So we take the tonnato sauce from northern Italy and kind of pair it with more of like a Japanese preparation of a really nice tuna, and then some really nice southern Italian olive oil and some smoked seaweed. I worked in northern Italy for almost a year back in 2006, and it's kind of where I first really had tonnato and really fell in love with the sauce as a condiment. And I think for us, we're pretty heavy on the seafood at the restaurant. So we're always trying to find kind of new ways to just show off like the really amazing seafood that we've been getting. A lot of people out there are kind of mixing it up with their heritages and then where they live. I think people can generally find a way to make two kind of cultures mesh. And off the top of my head, I can't think of two that might not.
Every culture is like, if you have some like many like studying or some educating about their culture, you might can find out some kind of connection or some kind of bridge, you know. I'm cooking the squid dish. It's a squid stuffed with pork and the shrimp, and serving with the salsa verde and the SUMAC powder. So it's like definitely like can show the mashup of the different cuisine. So 오징어 순대 is like very popular like Korean kind of the dish in Korea. Usually serving with some type of the Korean sauce, but instead of them, we're serving with some kind of Italian salsa verde. It's more kind of like rye or something more spring, you know, something like, you know, herby, something more, you know, and then we just give some extra kind of Middle Eastern flavor into it, so it's kind of like all messed up together. So my background is like, you know, I used to work in a lot of the different places, you know, around the world. Like I learned from the like French cuisine at London, and I also learned some kind of Italian cuisine. Also, I also learned a lot of the European restaurant experience as well in Melbourne as well. So, you know, my background is like kind of messed up myself. So this is my type of the cuisine. I don't want to just picking some, you know, different type, or just like I don't want to show my own style.
I feel like anytime you travel, it's really hard not to incorporate that in what you do. Like something that you saw that you thought was really interesting, or something that you ate that was really delicious. It's something that usually like sticks in the back of your mind. Tonight we're making a Peking style chicken, but with the flavors of Sicily. For me, it's really hard to not think about neighborhoods in New York City, particularly like Chinatown and Little Italy have been, you know, eating each other for as long as I've been alive. And so I kind of thought about it like that, like it would be kind of fun if like the Peking duck house like had a baby with DePaulos. So we're gonna serve it on a farinata pancake with some blood orange and cara orange, Szechuan marmalade, fermented black bean caponata, and a little bit of fennel salad and some scallions. I mean, if you use Italian food as an example, like it's a complete mashup in this country. I mean, even when you talk like regional Italian food, like when you go to one region, you have the same dish 40 different ways. It's almost like they just mash it up within their own culture.
Tonight's dish, so the mashup, I'm doing a combination of savory and sweet. So I'm doing a strawberry dessert with olives. So the base is a variation of olives, olive oil, poached strawberries with elderflower and an elderflower foam. Here is the olive oil jam with roasted strawberries. We have a candied olives over here. So we took Taggiasca olives, poached them to kind of remove the olive oil, and then cooked them in a sugar syrup and then dehydrate a little bit. And a vanilla bav. And then we have olive meringue, and again, the Tajiaska olives into an angel food cake. And then here is carbonated elderflower foam. I'm not like a huge fan of fusion cooking and things like that, so I wanted to combine something that was very savory and sweet, and I think olives take on a lot of fruity notes and like peppery, spicy notes that I think would go really well with strawberries. Strawberries work really well in savory applications too, using it in salads and things like that, so just thought it was perfect. Younger chefs, like they want to show off, they want to use a lot of techniques, they want to use a lot of ingredients and try new flavors, and you're really trying to find yourself. But now, like, you know, I think it takes away from the dish the integrity of the ingredients.
I personally am very much drawn to simplicity in cuisine. I think the more experience you have, kind of the more you want to pare down your food. And it takes experience to do that. It takes like a very good understanding of ingredients, great relationships with who you're sourcing from to be able to get the best quality ingredients to put on a plate in such a minimalist fashion.
We stay local with ingredients, and we let the locality of things kind of dominate how our dishes are created.
I love those dishes that are kind of just like ingredient focused and maybe like one element with just a couple little things that kind of like enhance it. It's just about finding a focus so ingredients don't get lost.
It's never really even like an intentional, conscious effort of like joining two cultures. It's like making flavors make sense. Bottom line is that like it has to be delicious. If it's not delicious, then like what's the point?
This is hip hop. This is taking a little bit of everything and finding the right balance of it and making it perfect.